Today we go over Star Wars Episode 9 when it comes to J.J. Abrams and Carrie Fisher as General Leia. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, you guys may have heard the big news just a couple of days ago that Carrie Fisher is back for the final film of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. Now, this is honestly very heartwarming because I'm really glad that J.J. Abrams got the idea to bring in Carrie Fisher by using unused footage from The Force Awakens in Episode 9. And that brings us to our big subject today because there's a lot of talk out there as to what will appear in Episode 9 when it comes to Carrie Fisher's scenes as Leia in the final installment of this trilogy, which originates all the way from The Force Awakens. Now, in case you guys didn't know, there were a lot of scenes that were shot for Leia in The Force Awakens. You know, believe it or not, Carrie Fisher actually had a larger role in Star Wars Episode 7 than what we saw in the final cut of the movie, where she has a more minor role, where she just reunites with her husband, Han Solo, and even gets a scene of reacting to the death of Han Solo by her own son, Kylo Ren, who was once Ben Solo. And she had a couple of more scenes here and there in The Force Awakens, but for the most part, generally, most people consider it a minor role in the movie. As far as Episode 9 goes, J.J. Abrams, he was going through all the unused footage from The Force Awakens and figured out a great plot piece, a great plot element for Episode 9. Now, I want to go over two big scenes that they did not use in The Force Awakens that is said to actually be making its way to Star Wars Episode 9, and this actually involves a super weapon and the Skywalker lightsaber. So the first one being, alright, Leia's bigger role from The Force Awakens. The Resistance had a weapon called the sledgehammer. Whether or not that was a code name for the weapon, I'm not sure, but nonetheless it was called the sledgehammer. Now, Leia actually takes great pride in this. The sledgehammer was going to be a big part of the attack on Starkiller Base. While Poe led the fighters, this super weapon would actually attack in space. An original sequence actually had it crushing through Star Destroyers as if they were toys. Eventually, the First Order, though, destroys the weapon. This could very well be used in Star Wars Episode 9, as Leia was actually the leader and essentially the boss of this project that was called Sledgehammer that would crush right through Star Destroyers and make its path. That to me sounds like a great part for Episode 9, and there's a lot of talk right now that that will be used as a plot element in the movie. The other is a scene involving between both Maz Kanata and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and Maz handing it to Leia. Now, you guys may have seen this in the original trailer for The Force Awakens, where you do see Maz Kanata's handing it over to Leia. She has Luke's saber, and Leia actually grabs it. Now, this could very well be used as a scene in which maybe Maz Kanata gets the broken saber from Rey, Maz Kanata repairs it, and then hands it over to Leia. Leia has a moment with the Skywalker lightsaber, and she has a little bit of a memory of her brother Luke and reminisces everything about his death and all the things, right? They can make it work in Episode 9. Then she hands it back to Rey, perhaps, and Rey would once again use the Skywalker lightsaber in Episode 9. As much as I want Rey to build a new one, such as like a double blade or like a staff lightsaber or something around those lines, or just something with a new color to kind of create a parallel to that of the original trilogy, where the first two movies have the Skywalker lightsaber, the blue one, and then the last one has a green one. Let's do something similar in the sequel trilogy, hopefully. But that scene is actually also said to be making its way in Star Wars Episode 9. Again, there's a lot of footage from The Force Awakens that was not used for Leia by Carrie Fisher, and J.J. Abrams apparently has a lot to work with for Episode 9, which is really great to hear because we do know that originally in Colin Trevorrow's script, Leia was going to be a huge piece of the movie, and it seems like J.J. Abrams is trying to stay true to that, so I really do gotta give a lot of respect to the man for bringing Carrie Fisher back and giving her somewhat of a significant role that will have a lot of purpose to it. Creating a weapon that will go up against the First Order. I could see them using this and more scenes as well, and it would just make sense. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Carrie Fisher's return in Star Wars Episode 9 and the complications. They're going to really have to be very good at editing to really make it look seamless, as if it isn't just deleted scenes from The Force Awakens thrown into Episode 9. They're going to have to combine footage, new footage that they shoot for Episode 9, and binding it together with the deleted scenes for The Force Awakens that never saw the light of day, not even on the Blu-ray or, any kind of DVD editions of the movie. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.